Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. You already know what it is. Welcome to What's in My Mailbox, the unboxing. We got another dope one. This comes from the good folks at Noriega Records out of sunny California. Here's the pack. I had to take it out of the original bag, man. Nori be wrapping these things with like a couple rolls of tape, and I would have spent 10 minutes cutting through it. So here's the box. We're going to take everything out. Let's see here. Shout out to Mike Noriega for the pack. Appreciate that. This is the trifecta. So we're looking at Charms Blow Pop Green right here, translucent, right? We got Never Let Me Go with Dove, which is a cover of a Monique Green track. And the real gem on this is Merry Go Round by AG and the Tranquilities. That's Akil Grant. He's been on Noriega Records before. This is a cover of a track by the Aquatics, all right? Let's take a look at some of the other variants. Ooh, this is the Certs Winter Green variant right here. This is nice. This is nice, all right? One thing I appreciate about this color variant is that it kind of deviates from what we've seen from Noriega Records over the past few months. We've seen, I think, like a pink magenta. We've seen the green. We've seen the blue. This one is badass. This one is really badass. And then, of course, for the OGs, standard black, okay? So, you know, I always have a story to tell, and I'm going to kind of start it out like this. For those that don't know, Noriega Records, sunny California, Corona to be exact, top shelf premium soul label. They are taking lost gems from the past that are hard to find, let alone in good quality, and for a price that a lot of us can afford. And Mike is sitting in that movie director chair, and he's picking out who he thinks should play these parts as he's reimagining some of these major hits from the past that a lot of us have never even heard of before. I'll talk about the covers in a little bit, but one thing I always focus on when it comes to Noriega Records is the quality in hand. These are flat. These are premium. These feel heavy. These are not your typical $7.45s. This is premium, okay? This is not grocery store where we're just, stocking and repressing. There's probably only like 50 of each of the color ones. I think the max press collectively between the black and the green is probably 500, and they don't repress the records. So these are these are gems you want to act on quickly, and after you hear Merry Go Round, you are going to lose your face just like I did. So let's talk about the covers real quick, all right? So side A, 1A, because Noriega Records are always double A-siders to me, Merry Go Round was by a group called the Aquatics. The Aquatics were a high school funk band from, I believe, Hampton, Virginia. Okay, and how this came about was they won some sort of contest with Pepsi, and that's how they were able to kind of record the music. So this wasn't originally a 45. They did like a full album. From what I heard, it's uber rare, and most of the music is an instrumental. There's a couple tracks that have vocals on them, Merry Go Round being one of them. But this is definitely the sure shot on the album. This is the one that you probably heard the 20-second snippet in high fidelity. I absolutely love this song. Original, the revision of it, and for me, when I think about like the vibes of the song, I'm thinking like this is something that I want to hear when I get out of work on a Friday and I'm walking to the car, like just those vibes, like the week is over, it's time to enjoy the weekend. At the same time, right, I'm listening to this and I'm kind of reflecting on the past. I'm thinking about past relationships. This is about a girl, right? Your love is like a merry-go-round. So it kind of took me down memory lane with that. But this is a really dope song. I think that Gabe Rowland nailed it. And for me, what I'm thinking about, original version versus the revisioned version, the vocals, and Akil nailed it. If you listen to the original version, you can really hear the intensity, the intention from that teenager that is singing his heart out. And I thought to myself, man, that's going to be a really tough one to match, to get that vibe. But Akil Grant and the Tranquilities, they did it. I think their voice sounds big enough, it's fresh and it's good, and they just have that experience that makes this one that you must have on the shelf. And for me, what I'm thinking about is I'm not going to get the OG. Maybe I could. I'd have to listen to it. But I'm probably not going to get the OG. And, I know this was repressed as a LP on another label. However, I think it's dope to have the 45 version with Akil singing on it and knowing that Gabe is behind the production. I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it again. Gabe Rowland is my MVP of the soul scene, one of the hardest working men that we know, and I'm just a very big fan of his work. He always comes correct. So this is a no-brainer for me, and especially when you're pumping out variants that look like this. Maybe there's 50 pressed, never to be repressed again. All day, take my money, right? On side B, or as I like to say, side 2A, A2, we've got Dove with Never Let Me Go, and this is a cover of Monique Green. That's like an $800 OG copy. And again, I'm listening and I'm comparing, going back and forth. I've said this time and time again with Dove. Dove has been on Noriega tracks all throughout 2021. She's the X factor. Her voice just kind of takes things up a notch. And I think it sounds better than, Monique's vocals on the original. That's just my take. Another thing that really stands out to me on this is how clean and crisp, yet still big, the sound is, the instrumental part of it. And that's important to me because the only reason I'm not going to cop the OG, right, by and large, right, I'm not talking about these two, is one, sound quality, two, if the condition's not going to be good. So I'm looking at 3 records that are brand new, no scratches, they're not warped. The sound quality is A+ superb on these. Awesome song. Dove nails it again. And what was really cool about this one is I was listening to it. I said, hey, there's someone else singing on this track. Nori, who's on the backup vocals. So this is where some of these conversations get really cool and you can kind of learn some neat little, insights through these unboxings. The backup vocals is Gabe Rowland's wife, Mrs. Rowland. So that's kind of dope that she did it, and she did it very, very well. So I was pretty psyched to kind of hear that, and I thought that was a cool little, nugget of wisdom to kind of put in my back pocket. Let's go ahead and spin these. I'll let you be the judge. We're going to go with, merry-go-round first. I'm just trying to figure out which one of these I want to put on the turntable. I think I'm going to go for the beautiful splatter, the winter green certs variant. Here we go. You ready? This is sick. That's tough. That's real hard. Pick your poison. Standard black, translucent charms, blow pop green. There's that sour apple. And then you got the splatter. One thing I really appreciate about what Gabe does, he keeps all the fine details like intact. When we're talking about the original to what's being revisioned, and there's something that I want you to, I don't have the original version for you to play, but I think you should go and listen to it. So in the very beginning of Never Let Me Go, there's a very small sound of the vibes, okay? And to me, when I heard that in the original version, I was like, oh, that one little strike, that sound stood out to me so much. And I said, I hope that I hear that on Gabe's version, Gabe and Dove's version. And sure enough, it is there. We're going to go ahead and play that. Shout out to Gabe, MVP of the soul scene. I think everybody should go and listen to the originals and listen to this. And I think now, for the third time in a row, you're going to hear what I'm talking about when it comes to Noriega Records, taking those lost gems from the past, reimagining them with the musicians that we love today that live on the soul scene, and he's making great music that is accessible for us to get and put on our turntables and not have to worry about, listen to pops and lots of static in the background because the record is old and warped and beat up, and you didn't have to spend $100 on it because you can get it right here, right? Standard black, 25 bills, that's easy. Okay? Double A-sider. So this came out on Saturday at noon. Go to NoriegaRecords.com. You'll see the black, the winter green certs variant, and translucent green. NoriegaRecords.com. You can also get a snippet of theirs, snippet on the site as well before you make the purchase. And some pretty cool news. I'm announcing it now. Friday, not going to announce the time yet, but Friday, we're doing a fireside chat with Akil Grant and Dove and Nori. It's going to be a really special one. This is going to be the first time, I think, on Instagram or ever that we've had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Dove and really kind of, establish those connection points to see, the woman behind the voice that we've been listening to for months that we love so much. And I'm really excited to bring her on, the platform and ask some questions so that folks can drive the engagement a little bit more. They're going to know the person that is singing on the records that they love so much. And I'm excited to have AG, right? I want to know about, what the recording session was like for Merry Go Round and what's coming on in the future with him. And we're going to get to talk to Mike and get some of the insights that only Mike Noriega has. Those are the gems of wisdom that I'm a student of the game that I love to hear. And I think all of you will enjoy as well. So the design will probably come out Thursday at some point, but it's going to be Friday, and it's not going to be 4 o'clock. Somewhere between 8 and 4, somewhere around there. I'll give it to you like that. But even if you can't tune into the live stream, that's always fine because everything is saved and recorded and you can watch it back another time. Super excited about this 45, Noriega Records. We've got Dove, Never Let Me Go, Akil Grant and the Tranquilities, Merry Go Round, Double A-sider, Don't Sleep. It was on sale Saturday at noon. I'm sure the copies are limited, so make sure you jump on it. It's great music. Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. I'm out.